And I titled it "Don't Put Him on Brown Women." And by that, I'm talking about Shannon Sharp. I have been seeing so many, a few thumbnails. I don't click on the videos. I already know what they're talking about. But these thumbnails of how Shannon Sharp should have listened to Monique and Cat Williams when they said that he should be with the brown woman that's gonna, Monique talking about somebody who's gonna rub your feet and do all this stuff for you. And I said, don't put him on brown women. Because and this is not for me defending brown women. I already said I'm done with defending brown women, and the reason why I say this is because it's not a rejection. First of all, my skin complexion is brown, but I'm over feeling like I'm a part of this collective. There's been too many times where I've been made to feel like I'm not really, just because I have brown skin. I've been made to feel a number of times that we are not the same, and it's true, we're not the same. But this is the number one group of people that I have been. Brown people like talk about how white folks are racist, and I'm not saying that a lot of white folks are not. But brown people I have probably been the most rejected by a lot of brown people. And it's mostly because I don't fit in that personality type that a lot of brown people collectively have. And that particular personality type. It could be the pro-blackness, it could be the swag, very critical spirit, judgmental. It's a particular personality type that's among the collective. Uh, Individual people are different, okay? But I'm talking about the collective. But anyway, and I don't fit into the black culture that much. I don't really fit into black culture. But anyway, I say don't put him on brown women because brown women already collectively have enough of their own problems to deal with. They have to deal with enough on their own. It's time for brown women to. It's time for brown women to just like work on themselves. And I say specifically because right now, brown women, and just in my opinion, I know it just can't happen because we're talking about an individual. When we talk about brown women, we're still talking about individuals because we really do not have a community like that. So I can say brown women, but we're not the Amish. See, if we were like the Amish, we can say, oh, brown women should, yeah, I can do that. But we're scattered, okay? We call it, we're scattered, okay? We're not a cohesive type of group. And the reason why I'm okay with that because I don't believe in separation anymore. And so I should not call myself a part of a community based on my skin complexion. It should be based on my values, my soul, and everything else. It should be based on a lot more things other than a skin complexion. So the fact that the brown community, just because we're brown skin, we're not a community, that's fine with me. It needs to break up because the reason why the brown community is here in the first place is because there was a lot of bad things that was happening. So it needs to break up. It needs to break up. It needs to scatter. uh, your individual tribes don't always have to look like you. To be honest, we some of us come from a higher frequency, a different ship. I'm going to keep saying a different ship because when you fell in frequency, that means you go on in a different ship. Like we've gone into a different ship. I've seen the different ships, right? And I'm not talking about the ships like on the water. Okay, I'm talking about like aircrafts. Okay, so some people are not really getting that yet, and that's fine. But if that's what I'm able to see, I'm always constantly seeing that in my real eye. With my real eye, I see these shifts, and I'm going to speak on it, regardless if people think it sounds crazy or not. If that's what I'm seeing, I just have the right to speak on it. When we fall in consciousness, we're on different ships, and that's why we are in captivity to the Babylonians. When people rise up in consciousness, they're going to go back. Right now, I said, like I had another video, a recent video called Babylonians. But really, a group of people are still captive to the Babylonians because you have a group of people that's still under a spell. Once they awaken from the spell, then they're not no they're no longer under captivity to the Babylonians because they're going to get a different type of power source where they don't have to be in captivity like that, right? But let me go back to what I was saying. Basically, I would say brown women. Um, it's best that they probably just don't really deal with anybody who is not going to add to them. And I don't think Shannon Sharp would add to a brown woman, right? The only thing he's going to do is just pretty much hold her down, take her for granted, not give her nearly as much as what he gave this Zuniga person. He doesn't feel like brown women are worthy of what he gives non-brown women or non-black women. He doesn't feel like they are worthy. So why put him on a brown woman with his kind of attitude? Men with that, and I'm not here to criticize because I'm gonna tell you something. I'm beyond criticizing. I'm beyond judging somebody. This don't have anything to do about defending anybody. I think I'm beyond judging folks because I mean the fact of the matter is everybody has their own hang-ups, and the thing with Shannon Sharp is that he is highly disrespectful towards brown women, and brown women and brown men as a collective don't really care for brown women. Okay, and that's fine, but then they don't need to deal with brown women. I think a lot of brown men, it's best that they just stay away from brown women. I don't care how much brown women cry about it. I think because brown women don't seem to have the strength to close up shop when it comes to brown men, the collective. I mean, not the individual brown men that are okay. I'm talking about the collective. I think brown men. I think it's a good idea that they collectively they need to walk away. I think they collectively need to walk away from brown women, not because I have a hatred for brown women. It's because I think they're stronger than brown. Well, no, they're not stronger because they can't let white women alone. See, the same way brown women can't leave black men or brown men alone, brown men cannot leave white women alone. The weakness that brown women have for brown men is the same weakness that brown men have for white women. Neither one of it is love. Neither one of it has something that's, it's a sick type of attachment, a sick type of lust, it's a sick type of addiction that brown women have to brown men, and it's a sick addiction that brown women have to white women. It's the same doggone thing. And so I think brown men need to connect. It's a good idea that they collectively leave brown women alone. I don't care if they like each other or they go to the date white men or become transgender where they don't just not attracted to women at all or just go out and date other groups of women. I think they collectively need to just leave brown women alone. The mistake I think brown men made is that they had to go on the internet and tell everybody in the world that everybody else was better. The Asian woman was better, the Latino woman was better, the white woman. The mistake I think brown men made is not the fact that they have an interest in these other groups of women. The mistake they made is they had to go online and they consistently tore down brown women. They could not just be happy dating outside of their own group of women, their own group, their own race. They could not just be satisfied with who they with. They had to consistently come back and tear down brown women, tear down their low, would attempt to tear down their low self-esteem. Is every chance they got. And I'm gonna tell you those things come back and boom around on you, and it continues to come back and boom around on brown men. But the problem is brown women continue to stand in the way of that judgment. You're gonna take account for the words that you put out, even if the person. That's why you never hear me say anything even bad about Diddy. I'm not. I don't have anything bad to say about Clive Davis. I don't have anything bad to say about Donald Trump. Whatever these people do in their lives, I'm not going to sit back and uh, just terribly judge them. Okay, and the reason why is because this is an ego-driven world, and so in an ego-driven world, this is basically kind of like hell. Like our consciousness is in our root, and so with that being said, you're already in a fear-based type of consciousness, and I wouldn't expect anything too much better behavior. You have people with all different kinds of behaviors. This is not a love frequency. This is not a collective love frequency. So I'm not going to be surprised that people do some crazy stuff. I'm not gonna be surprised. I'm just gonna stay away from them. I don't want it in my life because I mean, then you're gonna risk. That's like you eating a poison apple and knowing that it's poison after you don't went on a doggone detox, right? That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, I'm not gonna judge them because it was a time I was poisoned. Might not did the exact same thing they did, but I was poisoned. And when I realized that I was messed up, I take the necessary steps to clean up and not be bothered with people who are still poisoned. But it's not a judgment. It's just that why you judge a tree by the fruit that it bears, and that's all you're doing. So it's not in a negative way. Okay, it's not in a negative way. You're judging it by the fruit that it bears. If it's not bearing good fruit, then it's not for you. Okay, uh, and it was a time that some of us didn't bear good fruit. Okay, so like I said, I'm not interested in judging. I'm kind of beyond this judging stuff because I realize that the work that I've done on myself, I realize even though I didn't do the things that these people have done, and I still have a ways to go. Okay, uh, but yeah, brown women, I would like brown men to collectively leave brown women alone because the brown women themselves, are not going to have the strength enough to you know what? It's hard to let go of an addiction. You know how people stay addicted to crack for a long time. It's like crack. A lot of brown women that can't see they have an addiction. It's the same way that you can't tell brown men to leave white women alone, even though white women have accused them of rape over and over and over. This is what happened with this Zuniga woman. White women have accused brown men of rape time and time again, and brown men refuse to leave them alone, right? Well, brown women are being unalived, and all these terrible things happen to them, health wise, messing with the collective of brown men, and they don't leave them alone. Why? It's an addiction. It's like being addicted to crack. It's like being addicted to crack. And so, yeah, it would be nice that brown men collectively just leave them alone because it would be for their own good. But yeah, no, I don't think Shannon Sharp need to mess with it. I think he got exactly what he deserved because that's what he wanted. He got exactly what he deserved because that is what he wanted. He don't want no brown woman that's going to be good, that's going to prepare his meals and rub his feet. That ain't what he want. He want that young Zuniga. He wants the Instagram model. He wants the non-black woman, or non-brown woman, but he wants the woman that's a sinner. Out of his own mouth, he wants the sinner. So she can't just be she can't just be another race. She needs to be a sinner. Okay, that's what he said. Okay, so no, if that's what he wants, if that's what's on the inside of him, if that's what he has going on the inside of him, then he don't need to be with no brown woman because brown women got enough going on. Like they got enough going on. Okay, but anyway, that's it, and I will talk later.